Now, with a spy network and a modern army backed by French naval power, Washington is ready for a final showdown. October 1781. 6 years into a war the British thought would last 6 months, the American Revolution comes to a head at Yorktown, Virginia. In trenches around the fortified city, Plum Martin, now a sergeant, waits with 8,000 other Patriot soldiers for the signal to attack. Washington's army has reinvented itself with sharpshooters, with training, discipline, and new weapons, and with a spy network that has saved the French fleet, giving the rebels dominance at sea. What remains of the British Army is under siege in Yorktown. Trapped in the city, the Redcoats wait for reinforcements. But back in Britain, the war is unpopular and costing far too much money.
This is a case of hanging on in the face of the British actions long enough to where the British literally would grow weary of this and realize that it was endless.
This is Washington's chance to end the war with one decisive blow.
He committed to this idea of being able to stand on your own. See, America is a dream, and the only way to go get that dream is to show up and bring your very best to that moment and not stop until you bring that dream into existence.
Plum Martin will be one of the first over the top.
Godspeed. How you doing, old friend?
Good. How are you?
Good to check it out.
Behind Yorktown's defenses, 9,000 battle-hardened British troops are waiting. They're protected by a series of outlying cannon forts called redoubts. By October 14th, just 2 remain. If they're captured and their guns turned on Yorktown, the British will be forced to surrender.
Listen, look up there.
It's time.
All the batteries in our line lay silent. We lay anxiously waiting for the signal.
Patriots race 100 yards to the British lines under fire and a hail of hand grenades. A force of 400 break through and storm the British fort. Fighting in close combat with bayonets, they beat the Redcoats back.
Immediately after the fighting had ceased, I went out to see what had become of my wounded friend. He was dead.
34 of Martin's comrades lie dead or wounded. But they breached Yorktown's defenses. 2 days later, the British surrender and begin negotiations for peace. For the past 6 years, leadership, training, weapons, and intelligence have been vital. The rebels have achieved the impossible. The United States is the only country to win independence from the British in war. On April 30th, 1789, Washington is inaugurated first President of the United States of America under the new Constitution. But liberty comes at a price. Over 25,000 men have lost their lives in the battle for independence. But a new nation is born.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. And among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.